You've quit porn. You finally made a decision, and now maybe you're 7 days in. Maybe it's been 14 days. Maybe it's even been a month, and you thought by now you'd be feeling incredible. You thought you'd have more energy, more motivation, more confidence. You thought you'd be more attracted to your wife. You thought your erections would be back and stronger than ever before. You thought you'd wake up every morning ready to attack the day, because that's what everybody's been telling you, right? Quit porn and you're going to feel amazing. Except that's not what's happening. Instead, you feel flat. Your motivation is gone. Your energy is low. Your libido has disappeared. Maybe you're not waking up with erections like you used to. Maybe your wife initiates sex and you're sitting there wondering, why don't I want this right now? And maybe you're starting to panic. You're thinking, did I screw myself up? Did all those years of watching porn permanently damage me? Is something wrong with my testosterone? Why did I feel more sexual when I was watching porn than I do now that I've quit? And maybe the scariest question of all is, what if this never comes back? Brother, if that's where you are right now, then today's episode is for you. Because what you're experiencing is something that a lot of men in porn recovery communities refer to as the flatline. But today, I'm not just going to define what the flatline is, because I actually think that there's a much more important conversation that needs to happen. I want to talk about why you may feel worse after quitting porn. Why that doesn't automatically mean something is wrong with you. We'll talk about the massive mistake that I see men make when this happens. But most importantly, I want to talk about what you should actually be doing during this season. If your goal isn't just to stop watching porn, but to become the man who no longer needs it. Guys, welcome to the Rebuilt Man podcast. My name is Coach Frank Rich, host and founder here, and it's been our mission for the last 7 years to help men just like you, those caught up in the depths of pornography addiction, take back control, rewire their brains, rebuild their intimacies, reconnect with their wives by rebuilding their identities. Guys, one of the biggest problems that I see guys quitting porn is that they've been sold this idea that recovery is going to be perfectly linear experience. They think that it looks like this. Day 1, you quit. Day 7, more energy. Day 14, more confidence. Day 30, you're crushing life. Day 60, you're a completely different man. And by day 90, you've unlocked superpowers. But that's not how any of this works. And when your experience doesn't match the story that you've been told, you immediately assume something is wrong because you thought quitting porn would look like this. Quit porn, feel better, keep feeling better, and then life changes. But real transformation doesn't always happen that way. Sometimes you quit and you'll feel incredible for a few days. You're motivated, you're fired up, you're thinking this time is different, but then nothing. You wake up one morning and the energy isn't there. Your excitement isn't there. Your libido is gone. You don't necessarily want porn, but you really don't want anything else. And now you get scared because here's what I want you to understand. Feeling uncomfortable during recovery does not automatically mean recovery isn't working. And feeling worse for a period of time doesn't automatically mean quitting porn caused some new problem in your body. There are a lot of things that can affect libido, erections, mood, and motivation. And we're going to talk about all of that today. But first, let's define what guys are actually talking about when they use the word flatline. Now, I want you to understand flatline is not a formal medical diagnosis. I want to make that very clear. It is a term that's become popular inside porn recovery and no-fat communities to describe an experience that some men report after quitting. And usually they're describing the same combination of low libido, less spontaneous sexual arousal, fewer morning erections, difficulty getting or maintaining an erection. They're describing low energy, low motivation, emotional numbness, irritability, maybe brain fog, sometimes anxiety. And sometimes they describe feeling just flat. Nothing is really exciting. Nothing particularly feels rewarding. For a guy who spent years being constantly sexually stimulated, this can be very terrifying. Because think about this, for years, maybe decades, your brain has had access to sexual novelty whenever you wanted it. One click, one search, one scroll, one video, and suddenly it's gone. So I want to give you a few things to consider if you're experiencing this. Reason number 1 is you removed an incredibly powerful source of stimulation. If you've been watching porn for years, think about the level of stimulation you've conditioned yourself to expect. Endless novelty, endless variety, instant access. You can go from image to video to person to category to something completely different within seconds. But then you remove all that, and now you're sitting at your desk on a Tuesday afternoon and work feels boring. You go to the gym and you're not excited. You come home and regular life doesn't seem particularly stimulating. And some guys immediately conclude something is wrong with me. But maybe there's another possibility that you need to consider. Maybe normal life feels less stimulating because you spent years conditioning yourself to expect an abnormal amount of stimulation. That's an important distinction that we have to make, because if you spent years constantly feeding yourself novelty, silence can feel uncomfortable. Boredom can and will feel uncomfortable. Normal life will feel dull. That doesn't mean normal life is broken, and it doesn't mean you need to immediately find something else to stimulate yourself, because that's where a lot of guys make their next mistake. They quit porn, but then they replace it with Instagram or YouTube or thirst traps or dating apps or fantasy or constantly scrolling. Anything that gives them just another little hit. So technically they stopped watching porn, but they never actually learned how to live without constantly stimulating themselves. And brother, that's not real freedom. Now, reason number 2 is you didn't just remove porn. This one goes much deeper. Because if you followed any of our work for any amount of time, you've heard me say porn is rarely just about porn. For a lot of men, porn becomes a coping mechanism. You're stressed, you're lonely, you're bored, there's always porn. You fight with your wife, you're porn. Business isn't going well, there's porn. You feel rejected, you feel anxious, you don't feel good enough, there's porn. You're overwhelmed, there's porn. And eventually you condition yourself to escape almost every uncomfortable emotion through the same behavior. So when you quit, here's what happened. The stress doesn't disappear. The loneliness doesn't go away. The insecurities don't disappear. The marriage problems don't go away. Your anxiety doesn't go away. The pressure you feel from business doesn't disappear. You simply remove the thing you're using to escape all of it for years. This is why some men actually feel worse when they quit. Porn may not have created every uncomfortable emotion you're now experiencing. Sometimes removing porn simply reveals what was already there. And I need you to hear that, because the change, it changes this question. Instead of asking, why do I feel worse after quitting porn? Maybe the question becomes, what was porn preventing me from having to feel? Now we're getting somewhere. Maybe there's loneliness that you've never dealt with. Maybe there's resentments in your marriage. Maybe there's insecurities. Maybe there's guilt or shame. Maybe there's anxiety. Maybe you've built a life that you don't actually enjoy. Maybe you don't know how to sit alone with yourself without reaching for something. Now, those are not reasons to go back to porn, but those are invitations to finally deal with things that porn allowed you to avoid. Now, reason number 3 here is you may be creating what's called an anxiety loop. This is especially important when we're talking about libido and erections. Let's say you go 2 weeks without porn, and one morning you notice, I didn't wake up with an erection. Then the next day, same thing. Now you start thinking about, well, why is this happening? Then you're with your wife and maybe you don't immediately feel aroused. Now you're thinking about it. Wait a second. Why am I not turned on? Is something wrong? Did porn damage me? Is my testosterone low? Am I ever going to get this back? Now every sexual experience becomes a test. You're not present with your wife anymore. You're monitoring yourself. Am I hard enough? Do I feel turned on? Is it working? Why isn't it working? You went from experiencing your sexuality to now constantly monitoring it. And anxiety itself can interfere with sexual responses, which means the more that scared you become about whether you're going to perform, the more difficult performing will become. Then you look at this evidence and say, see, I knew something was wrong with me, and the cycle gets worse, which leads directly to what I believe is one of the biggest mistakes men make during this season. I've seen this over and over again. A guy quits porn, his libido drops, his erections feel different, he gets scared. Then the thought enters his mind, maybe I just need to make sure everything still works. So he pulls out his phone. I'm not going to watch porn. I'm just going to go look at something. Maybe it's Instagram. Maybe it's some suggestive photos. Maybe it's an old website. Maybe he starts fantasizing. And sure enough, he gets aroused. And then suddenly he feels relief. Thank God I'm okay. But think about what just happened. You became afraid that you couldn't experience sexual arousal. So you returned to the exact artificial stimulus you were trying to free yourself from, to prove to yourself that you can still experience sexual arousal. Porn becomes both the thing you're recovering from and the thing you're going to use to prove that you're okay. That's a trap, because now every time you feel anxious, you're going to test yourself again and again. And then eventually you're right back where you started. So if you're going through this right now, stop testing yourself, stop checking, stop seeing if it still works. Stop using Instagram as softcore porn. Stop searching for thirst traps. Stop feeding fantasy just to see if you can create a response. Give yourself permission to stop constantly evaluating your sexuality. Okay, but now the question comes, how long does this ask? This next question is usually, Frank, when does this flatline end? Is it 2 weeks? Is it 30 days? Is it 60, 90 days? And here's my answer. I don't know. And everyone who gives a man an exact recovery timeline is oversimplifying this. You are different. Your history is different. Your health is different. Your sleep, your stress, your relationships are all different. Any medications that you may have taken is different. Your mental health is unique to you. Your hormones may be different. Your history with porn is 100% different than the next guy. So stop waking up every morning and asking, is today going to be the day my libido comes back on? Recovery is not delivered through Amazon Prime. You don't place your order for freedom and get sex drive delivered 2 days later. And I'm saying that jokingly, but here's something really important underneath it. Stop making your libido the scorecard for your recovery, because that was never the goal. The goal was, how can I become a man who's horny all the time without porn? The goal was, how do I become a free man? And those are two completely different things. Now, if you're in this season experiencing this right now, here are 5 things I want you to focus on. Number 1, stop testing yourself. We've already covered this. We don't need porn to prove that we're healthy. We don't need thirst traps. We don't need fantasy. You don't need to constantly check your erections. Give your mind and body some space. Number 2, rebuild your baseline. Go back to the fundamentals. Sleep, train, eat real food, get outside, get sunlight, move, do meaningful work. Spend time with actual human beings. Spend time with your wife. Be present with your kids. Pray, read your Bible, connect to God, build something, serve somebody, go do hard things. You spent years teaching yourself that pleasure comes from consumption. Now start teaching yourself that fulfillment comes from participation in your own life. That is what rebuilding is about. Number 3, act before you feel motivated. This one is massive because some of you are sitting around waiting to feel good again. I'll start training when my energy comes back. I'll work harder when my motivation comes back. I'll start pursuing my wife when I feel more connected. No, action comes first. You don't feel motivated. You do not need to feel motivated to give commitment. You do not need to feel inspired to train. You do not need to feel amazing to lead your family. You do not need to feel confident to do what you know is right. And this is where real identity transformations begins. The old version of you says, I don't feel good, so I need something to make me feel better. The rebuilt man says, I don't feel good, but I still know who I am and what I need to do. That is where real freedom sits. Step number 4 is change your recovery scorecard. Stop asking, how horny am I? How strong are my erections? How many days has it been? Ask better questions. Am I honest today? Am I keeping my word? Am I more present with my wife? Am I controlling my eyes? Am I learning how to deal with stress without escaping? Am I becoming more disciplined? Am I spending more time with God? Am I showing up and leading my family? Am I becoming the man that God said I am here to be? That needs to be your scorecard, because remember, our goal isn't simply to remove porn. Our goal is to become the man who no longer needs it. Number 5, do not ignore your health. This one is important. Not every case of low libido is flatline. Not every erection problem is because you quit porn. Not every period of depression, fatigue, anxiety, or emotional numbness should automatically be blamed on recovery. There are other things that can affect libido and sexual function: stress, poor sleep, relationships problems, anxiety, depression, mental health, certain medications, hormonal issues, any underlying health conditions. So if what you're experiencing is severe and it's persistent, and if you're really concerned about it, or if it's significantly interfering with any area of your life, talk to the appropriate medical health professional. Do not spend 6 months because some random guy on the internet told you, bro, it's just your flatline. Take responsibility for your health, because that's part of becoming the man that we're talking about becoming today. Now, if you've made it this far, I want you to lean in and listen closely, because this is bigger than libido. This is bigger than erection. This is bigger than a flatline. The real question is, who are you when doing the right thing doesn't immediately feel good? Think about that. It's easy to quit porn on day 1 when you're fired up. It's easy when you just watched a motivational video. It's easy when you're disgusted by the last relapse and you've sworn you're never going back. But who are you on day 17 when you're tired, when you're bored, when your libido is gone, when you're no longer motivated, when you don't feel like you're making progress, when nobody is sitting there congratulating you, when your part of your brain says, maybe just go back? That is where the real man is built. Because the old version of you needed to feel good in order to do what is right. The old version of you escaped discomfort. The old version of you needed stimulation. The old version of you allowed his feelings to dictate his decisions. But the man that you're becoming, he can be uncomfortable and still keep his word. He can feel unmotivated and still show up. He can feel uncertain and still move forward. He can experience an urge without obeying it. He can have a bad day without escaping into porn. Because, brother, that's what real freedom looks like. Now, but maybe what you're experiencing deserves further attention. And if it persists, concerns you, go get it checked. But don't automatically assume you're broken. Don't automatically assume quitting porn isn't working. Don't assume low libido means you've permanently damaged yourself. And please do not run back to porn just to prove you can still feel something. You may have spent years training yourself to escape discomfort. Part of recovery is learning that discomfort no longer gets you to control your decision. And maybe that's exactly what the season is giving you the opportunity to learn. Now, if you're listening and watching right now, and you're trying to walk through this process by yourself, I want to invite you to join us inside the Rebuilt Man community. Because one of the biggest problems when trying to quit porn alone is that eventually you're going to encounter something you do not understand. Maybe it's a flatline. Maybe it's an urge that seemingly comes out of nowhere. Maybe it's a relapse. Maybe it's a conflict within your marriage. Maybe it's a week where everything feels like life is falling apart. And when you're isolated, your mind becomes your only source of counsel. And that's dangerous. Inside the Rebuilt Man, you're getting around other men who understand this battle, men who are pursuing the same freedom, men who can remind you why you started when your emotions are telling you to go backward. You're going to get the training, the tools, the coaching, the accountability, and the brother designed to help you do more than simply accumulate days without porn. We are here to help you rebuild your life, your mind, habits, identity, your marriage, your relationship with God, your leadership. Because once again, the goal isn't simply quitting porn. The goal is to become the man who no longer needs it. So if you're ready to stop trying to fight this alone, click the link in the description box below or visit school.com, SKOOL.com/reboot your life to join the Rebuilt Man Brotherhood. Get around the men, get plugged into the system, start doing the work, and let's rebuild the man you're capable of becoming. Click the link below, visit school.com, SKOOL.com/reboot your life to join us today. But keep showing up, keep doing the work, and start becoming your own Rebuilt Man.